WTSN Dover leaves its regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special WTSN sports presentation.
WTSN AM 1270, your home for high school sports, presents high school baseball. Listen to WTSN all season long for the greatest games, starring your favorite high school athletes. Tonight's game is brought to you by
Warren's Lobster House, setting the standard for great food at great prices since 1940. To see current promotions, visit them at lobsterhouse.com or like them on Facebook. Warren's Lobster House. Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center. Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent at 475 High Street in Somersworth. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs.
And now, let's send it out to the field for tonight's action on the Seacoast leader for high school sports, WTSN AM 1270 and WTSN AM 1270.com.
And welcome, everybody, to Manchester, New Hampshire. Justin McIsaac here on the campus of Southern New Hampshire University to bring you today's Division II semifinal matchup between the number 2 seeded Portsmouth High Clippers with a record of 15-3, taking on the number 6 seed Windham High Jaguars with a record of 13 wins against 6 losses. These two teams met back on May the 10th in Windham. That was a 4-0 Portsmouth victory. But the Clippers don't expect things to be easy today. Talking with some of the players and coaches in the dugout before the game, they know this Windham team is a force to be reckoned with. And we will hop into our keys to the game for this one, starting off with the Portsmouth High Clippers. They come in averaging 7.05 runs per game, allowing just 2.83 runs per game. The Clippers are playoff tested, of course. They last year eliminated in the semifinals by eventual runner-up Lebanon. But before that, 4 straight state championships in Division II. So they have the coaching staff, and some of the players have certainly been at this level before, and they know what to expect. Good fundamentals from Portsmouth. Tim Hopley, he stresses that everything from infield to outfield practice to what you're doing in the dugout and when. It's a little bit like a generalship down there for Coach Hopley, and these kids know exactly what they're supposed to be doing at all times. The Clippers probably have a bad taste in their mouth from last year, eliminated in 10 innings by Lebanon, and they would like to get back to that state championship game. I don't exactly feel like it's their birthright, but Portsmouth been there so many times, it's expected that the Clippers will be playing at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium at the end of the year, and it was kind of a weird feeling for those guys last year, so they'd like to get back there. Mac Allen and Chris Main, those are your table setters. They will be in the 1 and 2 spots, and they will be the ones trying to get on base in front of the power hitters, and Dylan Crosby is certainly one of those power hitters, 4 home runs on the season, and the Clippers as a team, they get on base a ton, so expect a lot out of a high on-base percentage as they've had all season long for the Clippers. For the Windham High Jaguars, they average 7.55 runs per game, allow 4 runs per game, and they had an 8-game winning streak earlier this season. A high-powered offense, as you can imagine, averaging 7.5 runs per game, but shut out by Portsmouth earlier on in the regular season. Windham's a little bit closer to SNU than Portsmouth is, so maybe a bit of a home field advantage, although some of that's probably negated by the start time of today's game, 1 o'clock during the week, trying to avoid the weather, as the crowd's still filing in a decent-sized crowd for 1 p.m. on a Thursday, but it's not going to be a big crowd by any means. Windham certainly has their share of All-State kids. Their starting pitcher today, Adam Dolan, is first-team All-State in Division II. Matt Cabanello, who'll be playing center field, a third-team All-State, and a couple of guys, Jeff Peterson, second-team All-State. And so as well as, I beg your pardon, Connor Hopkins, who is third-team All-State. So Windham certainly bringing a lot of ammunition to the party here today. We'll take a timeout, get the starting lineups for today's game. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
Do you own the perfect area rug?
Isn't it beautiful?
Maybe it's an oriental rug, or perhaps a hand-woven one, but now it needs cleaning.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't do it. No, that's ridiculous.
No matter how it got dirty, your most precious rug needs the most trusted name in professional carpet cleaning, Four Seasons Janitorial. Since 1975, Four Seasons Janitorial has been providing customized maintenance and janitorial services to the Seacoast, office buildings, schools, financial institutes, and more. And these professional services include area rugs, with free pickup and delivery in the Tri-County for all area rugs. So, no matter how your home or business got dirty,
I think it was Julie.
I did not do it.
Four Seasons Janitorial will do it. Professional area rug cleaning with free pickup and delivery in the Tri-County region. Call 800-649-0443. 800-649-0443 for Four Seasons Janitorial, the Seacoast's most trusted cleaning service.
A flat tire can ruin your day, but an improper tire repair can put your family at risk. When that next pesky nail punctures your tire, remember this. Repairs are limited to the inner tread area only, never the sidewall. And punctured tires must be removed from the rim to assess and fix damage on both the inside of the tire and the outside. Learn more. Visit betiresmart.org. A message from the Rubber Manufacturers Association.
This is Tom Tor of Kachiko Elder Law Associates, inviting you to join me this Friday morning with Mike Pomp on the Open Mike Show. We'll discuss the need for Medicaid planning, the legality of transferring assets to qualify for Medicaid, and the use of promissory notes in Medicaid planning. As always, we'll be here to take your calls and questions regarding estate planning, long-term care, and asset protection concerns.
Open Mike Friday at its brand new time, 9 a.m. I'm Mike Pomp. Join us for the discussion here on WTSN AM 1270.
All right, the anthem has been played. The teams have been announced. It's time to meet the starting lineups for today's game. We'll start with the visiting Windham High Jaguars. Leading off is the shortstop, number 22, David Carbonello. The second baseman is Connor Whitmore. He wears number 11 and bats second. Adam Dolan will hit third. He'll be on the mound today for the Jaguars and wear number 9. Hitting cleanup is Matt Carbonello. He'll wear number 5 and patrol center field. Connor Moynihan is the designated hitter. He wears number 34, batting 5th. He'll hit for the right fielder, James Bagay, who wears number 12. Jeff Peterson will hit in the 6th spot. He will play first base, wears number 14. The left fielder is Connor Hopkins, wearing number 32 and hitting in the 7th spot. The number 8 hitter is Riley McGee. He'll do the catching and wear number 36. And hitting in the 9 hole is Kellen Bale. He wears number 26, and he'll man the hot corner for the Jaguars. For the Portsmouth High Clippers, starting lineup leading off, the right fielder, number 13, Mac Allen. Chris Main will wear the high socks, play second, and wear number 5. In the number 3 spot is Big Rick Holt. He'll be the DH today, hitting for the pitcher, James Haslam. Rick wears number 12. James Haslam wears number 10. Cleaning up for the Clippers, Dylan Crosby. He'll patrol center field and wear number 21. Kobe Taylor, the freshman, plays first base today. He wears number 14. Michael Torr hits in the 6th spot. He wears number 24 and will man the hot corner for the Clippers. Alex Mayu is the shortstop for Portsmouth. He'll bat 8th and wear number 2. And in left field is Jack Young. He hits in the 9th spot and wears number 8. The head coach of the Portsmouth High Clippers is Tim Hopley. The head coach of the Windham High Jaguars is Derek Lee. Your umpires for today's contest. At first base, Art LaBelle. The third base umpire is James Hale, and calling the balls and strikes this afternoon will be Mark Torr. Glad you could join us this afternoon. Know a number of Portsmouth fans unable to get out of work on short notice to get down here for this game, rescheduled from a 4 o'clock start to a 1 o'clock start, and that's why you got baseball on your radio, so you don't have to leave work. You can experience the whole thing on your radio, your phone, your computer, whatever you got. And glad we could bring it to you today. On the mound for the Clippers this afternoon is James Haslam. Haslam's 3-0 this season with a 1.27 ERA in 22 innings of work. He's struck out 21, walked 12. This is his 4th start of the season. Winner of this one will play at 10 a.m. Saturday afternoon in the Division II state championship game. Portsmouth just about has a mortgage on that game. Trying to get back there again. Denied last year. As digging in for the Jaguars, their leadoff hitter, David Carbonello. He hits from the right side. Haslam will from the stretch. He kicks and deals. First one is fouled off first base side out of play. 0-1. First pitch at exactly 1 o'clock. Rarely happens that it's exactly the time it's supposed to be, but there you go. Haslam is ready with the 0-1. Holds the set now, kicks and deals. That's a little bit low for ball one, 1-1. I'll let you know how the Jaguars got here in just a second. Our broadcast position today is high above the first baseline. It's a shared press box with the baseball and softball fields here at SNU if you haven't been here before. The 1-1. It's grounded towards third. Tor eats it up. Crow hop fires over to first in time. And there's one away.
Number 11, Connor Whitmore.
So Connor Whitmore digs in with one down. He's the Jaguars' second baseman. It's a crowded press box up here today, too. We have our public address announcer immediately to my left and our statistician immediately to my right. We're all going to be best pals by the end of the day. So Whitmore digs in for the left side, wearing number 11. James Haslam is ready. He kicks and fires. That one's outside for ball one. Don't have any stats for Windham. We apologize for that, but we kind of rely on the coaching staffs for that. As Haslam is ready with the 1-0. This one is lifted. A flare towards center field. Crosby on the run. He makes the catch in shallow center. And there's two away.
Number 9, Adam Dolan.
Adam Dolan will dig in, the pitcher, first team All-State in Division II. Windham got here by knocking off number 11 seed Plymouth 7-2 in the preliminary round. They laid the smackdown on Pembroke in the quarterfinals 12-3. And that's how they arrived here in the Final Four Division II. Here's the first one. It's carved off foul first base side. That actually hits the light stanchion immediately behind the Windham dugout. 0-1 to Dolan. No relation to Knicks owner James Dolan, we presume. Although the Windham's a rich community, you never know. Here's the 0-1. That's a little bit high for ball one. 1-1 to Adam Dolan. Windham wears white uniforms, white shirts, white pants. Dark blue letters outlined in gold. The number's just below the M in Windham. This one is fouled off third base side. 1-2 to Adam Dolan.
They threw it back into the dugout.
So Haslam ahead of Dolan. 1-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Gets the one he wants from Shepcaro. Kicks and delivers. Oh, just misses on the outside corner for ball 2. 2-2. Shades of the pitch yesterday that Anthony Lupi didn't get for Dover. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Haslam is ready. He kicks and delivers. This one is tapped towards short. Mayu has it on a hop over to first in time. And the Jaguars go in order in the first. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base after half an inning of play. It's Windham nothing. Portsmouth coming to bat. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
Okay, so can someone explain to me why anyone would want a boat? My neighbors have one, and I just don't see the point. All you do is go around in circles and wave at the other boat owners. Ahoy there. Tally-ho. I mean, I don't wave at strangers when I'm driving my car. I guess it's just a boat thing, whatever. If you ask me, human beings aren't meant to be on boats in the first place. We're land creatures. Better to keep your feet planted on solid ground, I say. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble. And yet, they do seem happy, and they do spend a lot of time together. Even their kids.
There are people who don't understand the way you live. There's an insurance company that does. Safeco Insurance for auto, home, boat, and more. Coverage by Safeco Insurance Company of American affiliates, Seattle, Washington. Safeco Insurance. Do more.
Contact Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent, 475 High Street, Somersworth. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs.
So we get to the bottom of the first. Windham scoreless in their half of the first. The 1-2-3 hitters do up for Portsmouth. Allen, Main, and Holtz. Dylan Crosby, if anybody reaches. Glad you can join us on a Thursday afternoon. If Portsmouth reaches the state championship game, unfortunately, we won't be able to bring you that one. We're not going to preempt Kenny Tippett's show on his second week, so we'll have to follow the various Portsmouth writers on Twitter to get the score of that one. We will have Somersworth taking on Conant, though, later that night on Saturday, the Division III championship game, 6:50 from Northeast Delta Dental Stadium here on WTSN. So Mac Allen digs in, and the Portsmouth dugout comes alive. 396 on the season with an on-base percentage of .583. That's good, right? .583 on-base percentage. Allen wears number 13 and digs in from the left side. Adam Dolan is ready. The right-hander winds and delivers, and he misses for ball one. Portsmouth's got one of the louder dugouts in all of New Hampshire baseball. You can hear them all the way up here. We're about 100 yards away from their dugout. Of course, the microphone helps. The 1-0 is a smidge low for ball two, 2-0. Allen steps out of the box briefly, gets back in there. Now he's ready. As Dolan delivers, there's a strike, 2-1. Portsmouth 15-3 on the season. Here's the 2-1 to Allen. It's chopped towards second. The second baseman, Whitmore, grabs it, throws over to first in time to get Allen by a couple of steps. And there's one away for Chris Main. Main wears number 5. He'll bat from the right side. The Clippers lost their first game of the season. They lost their last game of the season. They had one in the middle there. As the first one to Main. Misses for ball one. A very patient Portsmouth team. They will make you throw strikes to them. Main at .339 on the season. As that one is in there for strike one. Nicely framed by the catcher McGee. A ball and a strike to Chris Main. Main gets on base at a .479 clip. Here's the 1-1. And that hit him. Main wasn't exactly diving out of the way. But he reaches first the hard way in front of Rick Holt. Rick Holt at .435 on the season with an on-base percentage of .521. He had 1 homer, 19 runs driven in. He actually stole a base this season. He digs in from the right side, bit of a knock-kneed stance. He takes ball one way outside, 1-0. Holt, as you know, will be headed to UNH. Probably going to be redshirted his first season playing football, but that's what he'll be doing in the fall. Here's the 1-0. Outside for ball, 2-0. Holt with 3 doubles on the season to go along with his home run. As Dolan is behind 2-0 from the stretch he deals. That one catches the outside corner for strike one, 2-1. And of course, last week, you remember, it was about 100 degrees or so. Portsmouth taking on Souhegan. The question was, as the 2-1 is lifted towards left center, going back is the left fielder Hopkins. It's over his head. Main is around second, headed for third. Holt will cruise into second with a double. Second and third for Portsmouth with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Well, Holt put a charge into that ball well over the head of the left fielder Hopkins. He had no chance. And that brings up Dylan Crosby. And I'd be surprised if Crosby gets anything to hit here. 5 home runs on the season. 17 ribbies, one triple. Portsmouth threatening already here in the bottom of the first. That time is called. They might just put Crosby on here, and they will. So an intentional walk to Dylan Crosby. That loads them up for Cody Taylor, the freshman. Taylor's had a good year, 353 with 1 triple at 16 runs driven in. Gets on base at a .429 clip. He's got ducks on the pond here in the bottom of the first already. Here's the pitch. It's outside for ball one. The 1-0 from Dolan. Misses for ball 2, 2-0. Nowhere to put Kobe Taylor. The wrecking ball, Michael Torr, awaits on deck. Here's the 2-0. Chop towards first, double play chance. Second baseman has it. His only play is to first. In time to get Taylor, but the run comes home in the form of Chris Main. 1-0 Portsmouth. Over to third goes Rick Holt, and Crosby advances to second. So give an RBI to Taylor, and it's 1-0 Clippers. So in steps Michael Torr, who was built like his nickname suggests, the wrecking ball, and Dolan misses outside for ball 1. His teammates call him Captain Caveman as well. At least that's what Tim Hopley tells me. He could be lying. Hop's been known to tell a tale from time to time, as this one is in there for strike 1, 1-1. Torr, for an aggressive running back as he is in the football season. Actually, this one is flared behind second base. The second baseman Whitmore has it. We'll tell you more about Torr next time he's up, as the Clippers are retired in the bottom of the first. 1 run on 1 hit, 2 left on base. After 1 full, it's Portsmouth 1, Windham nothing. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. I encourage you to learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Top of the second inning, 1-0 Portsmouth here in the Division II semifinal. 2-0 for the Windham Jaguars. 4, 5, 6 hitters, Matt Carbonello, Connor Moynihan, and Jeff Peterson. Connor Hopkins, if anybody reaches. James Haslam goes back to work. His Clippers staking him to a 1-0 lead. Kobe Taylor with the RBI ground out and knocked in Chris Main. So in steps Matt Carbonello, the center fielder. Third team All-State in Division II. He swings at the first pitch, grounds it to Alex Mayu. Mayu fields, fires in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. 6-3 on the putout, and that brings up Connor Moynihan, the designated hitter. He hits for the right fielder, James Bagay. If you're new to high school baseball, you can designate a hit for anybody, not just the pitcher. If you're new to high school baseball, where have you been all season? We've been here since April. So Moynihan digs in from the left side. Haslam works from the stretch. He kicks and delivers. And misses outside for ball 1. Rick Holt pitched 5 innings against Sauhegan on Saturday. He would be available today, but Tim Hopley would like to hold him back in case Portsmouth is able to advance. This one skips by the catcher for ball 2, 2-0. Haslam's not a bad option to go to at 3-0 with a 1.27 ERA. He's behind Moynihan, 2-0. He kicks and fires. This one is grounded foul, first base side. And the count is 2-1. Don't forget tonight, late tonight, the Yankees are on the West Coast taking on the Seattle Mariners. We've got the action for you starting at 9:30 here on WTSN. Haslam holds the set high, now kicks and delivers. Breaking ball is chopped towards second. Main ranges to his right, has it on a hop over to Taylor in time, and there's 2 away. So Jeff Peterson will dig in, the Windham first baseman. He wears number 14. As Mark Tor dusts off home plate. Mark Tor, no relation to Michael Tor. They spell it differently. It is spelled the same as Tom Tor. We can hear on open mic, I believe, this Friday. That's what you call synergy right there, as this one is on the inside corner for strike one. Haslam trying to go 1-2-3 for the second straight inning. It looks like there's subs being delivered to the press box. Here's the 0-1. Chop towards short. Mayu has it. On a hop over to first. A bit high for the throw, but Taylor's able to come up with it, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Windham in the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the inning. The score, Portsmouth 1, Windham nothing. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
And now, a very important message from Colony Auto Company and Body Works, located at 880 Central Avenue in Dover.
You know, it happens. No matter what the season, sometimes driving conditions, well, they're not perfect. Maybe you were going a little too fast, or maybe another driver ran into your vehicle. Accidents do happen that require auto repairs, and that's why you need to know about Colony Auto Company and Body Works of Dover. Colony Auto Company will provide you with a damage estimate, and they will negotiate with your insurance provider to make sure your vehicle is repaired to your satisfaction. For over 30 years, Colony Auto Company has specialized in expert collision repair using only state-of-the-art technology. The friendly staff at Colony can help you through an unpleasant situation. Plus, they'll answer all of your questions. No one wants to have an accident, but they do happen, and it's good to know about Colony Auto Company and Body Works. Collision repairs by caring professionals. That's Colony Auto Company and Body Works, 880 Central Avenue in Dover, where you're always treated with the courtesy and professionalism that you deserve.
We're back here at Southern New Hampshire University. Justin McIsaac bringing you today's high school baseball action. Portsmouth and Windham. Clippers leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. Owen Shepcaro will dig in for the Clippers. Shepcaro, Mayu, and Young do up. And Shepcaro takes ball one. Here's how you know when you haven't made it in broadcasting, when you're on the air and your cell phone starts ringing. The 1-0 is reached and tapped through the hole between short and third. Shepcaro with a seeing eye single. And he's aboard with nobody out. Shepcaro came in hitting .295. That's gone up slightly with that base hit. Don't ask me exactly how far. I was not a math major. So Alex Mayu will dig in. Mayu hitless in 5 at-bats. He has scored a run, though. Normally he is hit 4 in the lineup, and he takes strike one. Tim Hopley electing to DH for the pitcher today. Even though James Haslam is hitting .286, wants him to worry about pitching this afternoon. Mayu shows bunt, lays it down first base side. Nicely done. Dolan is off the mound, underhands to first in time, but the sacrifice is complete. A 1-3. Shepcaro scoots over to second, and there's one away for Jack Young. Young at .237 on the season. Does have a home run, though. It's 6 RBIs. That home run came against St. Thomas, which you heard on WTSN. It was a 19-8 victory that took 3 hours to play, the 3 longest hours of my life, as Dolan misses high for ball one. Portsmouth up 1-0. They've got a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the second inning. Dolan kicks and fires and misses outside for ball 2, 2-0. Top of the order due next in the form of Mac Allen. As Dolan comes to the set, he kicks and fires and gets one over for strike one. Dolan works fairly quickly, not as quickly as Ethan Joyce yesterday, certainly. Ethan Joyce worked like he was double parked. Here's the 2-1. And it's over the head of Young, 3-1. Does have an open base. with Mac Allen on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Pitches a fastball over for strike 2. So the count runs full at 3-2. Dolan takes a peek back at second, now fires. Misses outside for ball 4. Didn't miss by much. There's 2 on and 1 out for Mac Allen.
Now batting for the Clippers, number 13, Mac Allen.
Allen grounded out to second to lead off the ball game. He looks down at Tim Hopley and gets the signs. Hopley will bunt or call for the bunt at any time, but Allen doesn't show here, and he takes strike 1. Allen has scored 21 runs in 18 games. That's not too bad. As he takes strike 2, Allen bends in there on the inside corner to the lefty Allen. And Dolan's way ahead, 0-2. Dolan looks in, gets the one he wants, and fires. This one is chopped foul first base side. So the count holds at 0-2. Dolan has already thrown 31 pitches in this game. Just 7. Here's another 0-2 from Dolan. This one is chopped foul off the foot of Allen. I get a little harassment from his dugout about that. But he stays alive at 0-2. Tough pitch to foul off. And Allen digs back in. Adam Dolan, first team All-State, looks in at his catcher. Kicks and fires. This one misses high and tight for ball 1. One to nothing Portsmouth, bottom of the second inning. Shepkaro's on second. Jack Young is on first with 1 away. Dolan kicks and fires. This one is chopped towards first. That will get just foul. That was tiptoeing the line and got fouled by just a hair before Peterson could grab it. So once again, a 1-2 pitch upcoming. One ball, 2 strikes to Mac Allen. Dolan delivers. Swung and a miss for strike 3. Down he goes. And there's 2 away for Chris Main.
Number 5, Chris Main.
Main was hit by a pitch. Did his best Don Baylor and didn't move as the pitch hit him in the left shoulder in the first inning. Came around to score. And he bats with 2 on and 2 out. Here's the first one to the righty Main. Low and outside for ball 1. Main with an open stance. A little bit pigeon-toed with his front foot, as this one is high and tight for ball 2, 2-0. Portsmouth wears their gold uniforms today. They went to those last season. Maroon letters and numbers outlined in white. And they got numbers on the front of their jerseys as well, underneath the Ooth in Portsmouth. 2-0 is on the outside corner for strike 1. Clippers wear maroon helmets but white hats with a red brim with the Clipper ship on it. Here's the 2-1 to Chris Main. Dolan deals. And Main was walking out of the batter's box. He had, I think, requested time. I don't think it was granted. Or was it? It was, okay. My press box roommates have confirmed that. Here's the 2-1. Way out in front. Main swung on and missed at it. It's 2-2. 1-0 Clippers, bottom of the second inning of the Division II semifinal. 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Adam Dolan kicks and fires. In there for strike 3 called. And the side is retired. So no runs on one hit. 2 left on base after 2 full. It's 1-0 Portsmouth. You're listening to high school baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
Not going to.
Then what you're going to do is turn onto Marcy Avenue and go past the first 3 lights and then take the next left.
I don't really
then drive
think
5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Looking for a taste of summer all year long? Think Warren's Lobster House in Kittery. Since 1940, Warren's has set the standard for great food at great prices. Located in the southern tip of the Maine coast overlooking the Piscataqua River, Warren's Lobster House offers great seafood, lobster, steak, and the Seacoast's finest salad bar, featuring over 60 fresh items. Great service amid a comfortable and casual family atmosphere round out the dining experience. To see current promotions, visit them at lobsterhouse.com or like them on Facebook.
Top of the third at Southern New Hampshire University. Justin McIsaac here on AM 1270 WTSN, bringing you today's high school baseball playoff matchup. Portsmouth leading Windham 1-0. As James Haslam will go back to work for the Clippers. He's retired the first 6 Jaguars in order. Due up for Windham in the top of the third. Connor Hopkins, Riley McGee, and Kellen Bale. The order will turn over for David Carbonell if anybody gets on base. So Connor Hopkins digs in. 3rd team All-State in Division II. He bats for the right side. And the first one from Haslam is on the outside corner for strike 1. Haslam's been very efficient, just 17 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. And he's ahead 0-1. Here it is. It is chopped towards short. Alex Mayhew's been busy. He fires over to first in time. And there's one away. That's a 4th assist of the afternoon for Alex Mayhew as Riley McGee will dig in. I think that's more assists for Mayhew in this game than Carmelo Anthony had the entire playoffs for the New York Knicks. And time was called momentarily. Not quite sure why, but we're ready to go. Haslam is ready. Gets a sign from Shepcaro. He kicks and deals. This one is fouled up, straight in the air. Shepcaro doesn't have the room. It gets out of play off the metal bleachers right behind the home plate area. And it's 0-1. Everybody in the press box got subs except for Mike G from the Portsmouth Herald and I, so we'll be forced to watch the utter destruction of lunch. I got some Skittles, though. It's cool. Here's the 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? I don't think we got an answer. Yes, he did. It's 0-2. The third base umpire he's in the obstructed view for those of us in the press box, or for me anyway, right behind where the light stanchion is. Here's the 0-2. This one is popped up, foul. That's going to get out of play. Halfway up the hill here to the press box. I told the Portsmouth dugout, $5 for anybody that can foul one off into the booth here. They all look serious. I don't know if violates their amateur status, but nonetheless. Here's the 0-2 once again. It is just outside for ball 1, 1-2. Now, Haslam didn't miss by much, but it's 1-2 to Riley McGee, the Windham catcher. Haslam from the set, kicks and delivers. This one is lifted into center field. Crosby took a step back. Now he comes in. He makes the catch. And there's 2 away for Kellen Bale.
Kellen Bale.
Well, Michael Torr got an assist on the first out of the game, 5-3. After that, it's been the Dylan Crosby, Chris Main, and Alex Mayu show. They've been responsible for every other out in the ball game. All right, guys, spread it around. What are we doing here? 2 outs for Bale. Here's the first one from Haslam. It's fouled off first base side. That's going to get out of play. 0-1. Haslam has retired 8 Jaguars in a row. And here's the 0-1. High and tight for ball one, 1-1. Dale kind of flinched out of the way last second. Coaching staff might be thinking, hey, let that get a piece of you. You're the number 9 hitter. Get on base. Here's the 1-1 from James Haslam. It's a 56-footer. Bounces in there for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Second game of today is Sanborn, surprising party crasher to the Final Four. They will take on number 1 seed Goffstown as Haslam misses with ball 3. 3-1 to the number 9 hitter, Kellen Bale. David Carbonello awaits on deck, 0-1. And they're going to start that Goffstown-Sanborn game as soon as possible. This one is lined towards right. Matt Gallen has it lined up, makes the catch. That retires the side. 3 up, 3 down after 2.5. It's 1-0 Portsmouth. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
I am a face of influenza.
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 We all are faces of influenza.
I'm a mom. And I'm a face of influenza. Health officials now recommend everyone 6 months of age and older get immunized against influenza this
and every year.
Vaccination is safe and is the best way to help protect yourself and your family from contracting and spreading the flu.
We all are faces of influenza.
See your healthcare provider about getting immunized. The American Lung Association urges everyone 6 months of age and older, and we mean everyone, to get vaccinated. Visit
facesofinfluenza.org.
Influenza is serious. So are we. Get vaccinated.
Into the bottom of the 3rd inning, Portsmouth leading Windham 1-0. In the Portsmouth 3rd, it'll be Big Rick Holt, Dylan Crosby, and Kobe Taylor. Michael Torr, if anybody reaches. The heart of the Portsmouth order. The field here at Southern New Hampshire University, 320 down the left field line, 365 in the power alley to left center, 380 to dead center, and the alley to right center, it's 385, and then 315 down the right field line. Excuse me, 330. 330 down the right field line as Holt takes ball 1. He doubled in the first. Burned the left fielder Hopkins, who's playing way back now, respecting the power, and that one's a strike, 1-1. They play Holt pretty much straight away. The center fielder, Matt Carbonello, is shaded a little bit towards left as Holt takes strike 2, 1-2. Dolan working a little bit faster in the 3rd. He kicks and fires this one. This is low and outside for ball 2, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Holt, who's leading off the bottom of the 3rd. He swings and grounds this one towards 3rd. It is a foul ball, just foul. Looked like it went over the bag, but right on top of it was the 3rd base umpire, James Hale. He ruled it foul, and Holt will have to meander back to the plate. Two balls and 2 strikes to Rick Holt. Dolan fires. This one is grounded up the middle. That'll get stabbed by the shortstop, David Carbonell. Spins and fires onto first, not in time. Holt moves well for a big man, and he's aboard with an infield single. And that'll bring up Dylan Crosby, who was walked intentionally in the first. Got over to second, but was stranded there. Hopefully somebody sent him a letter at least. He bats with nobody out in the bottom of the third. I don't think you'd see Holt on the move, but he does have a stolen base on the year. Off-speed pitch is a ball, 1-0 to Crosby. Must have been a bit high. Didn't look bad from up here, but we're about a mile away. Here's the 1-0. Low and outside for ball 2. 2-0 to Dylan Crosby. Crosby, 23 hits and 58 at-bats this season, as this one is flared towards right. The right fielder, big guy, moves over and makes the catch. Holt has to retreat to first. And there's one away. Kobe Taylor will dig in. He grounded out to second, which knocked in Chris Main in the first. Kobe, just a freshman, 18 hits and 51 at-bats, 4 doubles, 1 triple. Here's the first one from Dolan. It's in there for strike 1. Good-sized crowd on hand for a midweek afternoon. As the 0-1 is on the outside corner for strike 2, 0-2 to Kobe Taylor. Portsmouth usually travels well in all sports, no matter what sport they're competing in. It's no balls and 2 strikes to the freshman Taylor. Adam Dolan from the set. Kicks and fires. This one is grounded towards third. Double play ball over to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. The throw is high. And Taylor is in there. Holt is retired 5-4. And it's a fielder's choice for Kobe Taylor. Taylor, a tough man to double up. He's aboard with 2 outs. As Holt is erased 5-4 on the put out. And Michael Torr digs in. He popped out to second the first time up in the first inning. And here's the first one to him. It's outside for ball 1. See if Taylor's on the move with 2 outs. Certainly Torr will give him a pitch to run on because Torr is an extremely patient hitter. Here's the pitch. It's chopped foul, and Tim Hopley makes a barehanded grab. He fires right back to the pitcher, Dolan. So 1-1 to the wrecking ball, Michael Torr. Dolan is ready and deals. Torr reaches out and pokes it into center field for a base hit. And Taylor's going to round second on his way to third. He dives in there safely. Torr will take second on the throw. It's a 2-out single for Torr. And the Clippers have second and third with 2 outs. Well, that was just heads-up base running by Kobe Taylor because the center fielder, Matt Carbonaro, lackadaisically went over to play the ball. Taylor never stopped running. And Torr, Johnny on the spot, took second on the throw, so second and third with 2 outs for Owen Shepcaro, who singled in the second. Shepcaro stands deep in the box, open stance, and he takes ball 1. Portsmouth ahead 1-0 here. Dolan works quickly, and he paints the outside corner for strike 1. A ball and a strike to Owen Shepcaro. Torr's got a big lead over at second. And this one is poked. It'll get through for a base hit. 2 runs could score. Taylor is in. Torr rounds third. He's going to try and score. The throw is cut off by the pitcher. Dolan, cut off by yes, that is the pitcher. And 2 runs score. It's an RBI single for Shepcaro, and the Clippers lead 3-0. Three to nothing Clippers still batting here as there'll be a brief conference at the mound. I think they might have had a chance to get Torr at the plate. Torr's pretty fast for a big dude, but he's not going to set any world records. It was a good strong throw from Carbonello, but it was cut off right at the pitcher's mound. 2 runs are in. It's 3-0 Portsmouth. So the conference is over as Mayu will dig in with Shepcaro on first and nobody out. Excuse me, with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. And this one misses for ball 1. That's what happens when you stay up late watching the Bruins game and then go to work at 5. The 1-0 is swung on a miss for strike 1, 1-1. 59 pitches already for Adam Dolan. Still working in the bottom of the third inning. This one is chopped foul to the third base side of the home plate circle, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Alex Mayu. Mayu sacrificed in the second. Got Shepcaro over to second base. This one is fouled off third base side. Mayu only his 6th at-bat of the season, but he's putting on a battle. He'll face another 1-2 pitch from Adam Dolan with 2 away here in the bottom of the third. 2 runs already in. Here's the 1-2. And Dolan buzzes the tower that time. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mayu said negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here it is from Dolan. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. And the side is retired. But not before Portsmouth gets 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1 after 3 full. It's Portsmouth 3, Windham nothing. You're listening to high school baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center, is always doing more. The Seacoast Cancer Center, Trauma Center, Sleep Disorder Center, the Birth Center, the Center for Pain Management, Stroke Care, and Cardiovascular Services. All of these, along with the combination of skilled staffing and state-of-the-art diagnostic and imaging capabilities, are part of what makes Wentworth Douglas Hospital the Seacoast leading medical center.
Hi, this is Mike Pomp, host of the WTSN Morning Information Center, heard weekdays from 5:30 to 9. And all this week, your chance to open up the box office, get some movie tickets from our friends at Barnsley's Barrington Cinema 6 on Route 125 in Barrington. A lot of fun, a lot of information. Join me, Angela Anderson, in the newsroom. Local scores with Justin McIsaac and the accurate forecast with our morning meteorologist, Elliot Abrams. I think it's a great way to start your Seacoast morning. Join us, the WTSN Morning Information Center, heard weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WTSN.
To the top of the fourth we go. 3-0 Portsmouth in the Division II semifinal. James Haslam goes back to work. Portsmouth 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Windham so far, no runs, no hits, no errors. So nobody left on base so far for Windham. As Haslam will face the top of the order, David Carbonello, Connor Whitmore, and Adam Dolan. Matt Carbonello, if anybody reaches.
Leading off for the Jaguars, number 22, David Carbonello.
A bit of a conference with the infield. On the mound, they all give a fist bump with the glove to James Haslam. He looks like he's ready to go. David Carbonello is ready to go. He digs in. He grounded out to third his first time up. As, woo, this one is high inside. Look out. Carbonello goes spinning out of the way to save his face. And it's 1-0. There's some action behind the Windham dugout as somebody is getting warm. A couple of players playing catch as this one is fouled off for strike 1. There are bullpens here, but they're all the way out in left field and right field. It's like Jeff Peterson, who is a pitcher/infielder, a junior, playing catch with Chris Murphy, who's an infielder, so it's probably Peterson that's warming up, unless Derek Lee's trying something radical here in the semifinals. As this one misses outside for ball 2, 2-1. Derek Lee, by the way, not the former Houston Astro, same name, different guy, coaching Windham. 2 balls and a strike to David Carbonello. Haslam is ready and delivers. It misses inside again, 3-1. Carbonello trying to become the first Jaguar base runner of the ball game here in the top of the fourth. Haslam is ready. He kicks and fires. This one is fouled right back to the screen, and the count runs full. Three balls and 2 strikes to David Carbonello. Haslam from the set kicks and deals. Fouled straight back. That might get a piece of Shep Caro on its way back to the screen. And we'll have another payoff pitch. Haslam gets the one he likes from Shep Caro and is ready. The 3-2. Misses inside for ball 4. The Portsmouth dugout is incredulous. That's a word, right? It's a leadoff walk for Carbonello, and there's a runner aboard for Connor Whitmore, who flew out to center his first time up. First Windham base runner of the afternoon, and it comes in the top of the 4th inning. Haslam from the set. He's been working from the set all afternoon. And time is called by Whitmore. So everybody resets. Haslam is ready. Takes a peek over at first. Now kicks and fires. And misses high and outside for ball 1, 1-0. Jeff Hines was particularly perturbed by that ball 4 call out in the Portsmouth dugout. Quick move to first. Back in with a hand tag safely is Carbonello. He's got that uniform plenty dirty now after spinning out of the way of the first pitch. And now diving into first. Here's the 1-0 from Haslam. Carved back to the screen, 1-1. When I play my old guy baseball league, if I can't do something good, which is most of the time, I'm not able to do something good, I at least want to get my uniform dirty so it looks like I did something. Sometimes I'll just fall down running out to second base. Here's the 1-1 to Whitmore. Runner goes. It's a curveball. Shep Caro comes up firing, but nowhere near in time to get Carbonello, who picked a good pitch to run on. It's a stolen base. The pitch was a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike to Connor Whitmore. And the Jaguars have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Haslam comes to the set, takes a peek back at second, and delivers. That's in there for strike 2, 2-2. David Carbonello on second base. Nobody out in the top of the 4th, 3-0 Portsmouth. Chris Main kind of sneaking in at second, trying to cut down the lead of Carbonello. Now he backs away, and time is called. As everybody's playing cat and mouse out there. Haslam back on the rubber. He's ready. Looks back at second. And Mayu kind of sneaking behind the runner. Now Haslam will deal. Swung and miss for strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Haslam. And there's one away for Adam Dolan. Dolan grounded out to short in the first. He's 0 for 1. He digs in from the right side. Haslam comes to the set, peeks back at second. Now he's ready and delivers. That one's a little bit low for ball 1. Well, coming up Saturday on McIsaac on Sports, we'll talk to Drew McGarry from Deadspin.com. He's got a new book out and got some things to say about Chris Kluwe of the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the 1-0. This is for ball 2, 2-0. We'll also talk to John Shanley, the coach of Somersworth. Somersworth will be taking on Conant in the Division III championship game. We'll have that game for you Saturday, so we'll talk to Coach Shanley about what he thinks his chances are. All that starts Saturday morning at 9. It's McIsaac on Sports right here on WTSN. The 2-0 from Haslam is in there for strike one. Some good shows coming up in the coming weeks. Next week we'll have some of the ladies from Seacoast Roller Derby in studio giving away tickets. They usually come in costume, too. I guess not costume's the wrong word. I guess in uniform. They do pick separate names for their roller derby personas, though, as time is called once again. And then on the 22nd, we'll have Kirk Minahan from WEI in studio. He is demanded to come in studio for the all wrestling edition, as the 2-1 misses for a ball, 3-1. So Minahan's going to drive up from Boston to be in studio on Saturday the 22nd for the all wrestling edition of McIsaac on Sports. Here's the 3-1. It is fouled off out of play behind home plate, and the count runs full to Adam Dolan, the Jaguar pitcher, who's hitting with one out here at the top of the fourth. 3-0, Portsmouth leading Windham in the Division II semifinal. Haslam kicks and delivers on 3-2. It is swung on and lifted towards right. In comes Mac Allen, makes the catch. Scooting back to second is Carbonello. And there's two away for Matt Carbonello. That looked like it was going to die for a base hit, but Mac Allen got a good read on it, charged in quickly, and grabbed it for the second out of the inning. So in comes Matt Carbonello trying to drive in his brother David, who's on second. David walked and stole second. 3-0 Portsmouth. James Haslam from the set kicks and delivers. This one is grounded towards the hole between second and short. It'll get through for a base hit. Carbonello stumbles around third. Here comes the throw from Crosby. It's cut off by Kobe Taylor, and Wyndham's on the board. It's 3-1 Portsmouth. So it's an RBI single for Matt Carbonello, and Windham trims the lead to 3-1. Well, that got through. Chris Main took a dive at it after Alex Mayu did. It got through the both of them. Didn't have a lot on it, and which is why Crosby had to charge hard. By the time he got to it, David Carbonello was rounding third, but he stumbled. Thought they might have had a play, but Kobe Taylor cut off the throw, and 3-1 is the Clipper lead as time is called by Connor Moynihan, who digs in 0 for 1, grounded out to second, back in the second. And now Tim Hopley's going to come out and have a conversation with Alex Mayu. That gives us a chance to remind you that Open Mic is now at 9 a.m. every weekday. Mike Pomp talking about whatever's going on, politics, entertainment, sometimes the crazy thoughts that bounce around his head. You don't want to hear most of those. I've got to hear them during commercial breaks at the Morning Information Center. Whew, let me tell you what. But in any event, Open Mic moves to 9 a.m. every weekday here on WTSN. And that means the Financial Exchange moves from, what time was that on before? 10 a.m.? 11 a.m.? I can't remember. No, it was on at 9. Now it's on at 10. 10 to noon for the Financial Exchange here on WTSN. It's hard to keep track of all these shows when it's not written down. So the conference is over with Tim Hopley and his pitcher, James Haslam. Connor Moynihan digging in from the left side, trying to keep the inning going. Wyndham's got a run in here in the top of the fourth, 3-1 Portsmouth. Pitch from Haslam, bounces, gets over the head of Shipcaro. On to second goes Matt Carbonello, takes a big turn at second, but he'll hold there. It's a wild pitch, and on to second goes Matt Carbonello. So runner in scoring position once again for Windham. Base hit could get them to within one. Haslam looks back at second. Now he kicks and fires. Misses inside for ball two, 2-0. Haslam got through the first three innings in quick fashion, retiring the first 9 Jaguars he faced. Second time through the order has been more of a challenge. The 2-0. Off-speed pitch misses for ball 3, 3-0. Jeff Peterson awaits on deck. the Windham first baseman, who had been throwing behind the Windham dugout. And now we'll see some action in the Portsmouth bullpen. 3 balls and no strikes to Connor Moynihan. This one is grounded foul first base side. And the Portsmouth relief pitcher will go all the way down to the bullpen. You got a pitcher, a coach, and a catcher, and they are moving down there along the left field warning track. Not going to have any energy left to pitch once they get down there. Let's see who that was. That might have been, that's either Brad Jones. Yes, number 4, Brad Jones will get loose in the Portsmouth bullpen. 3 balls and a strike to Connor Moynihan. Haslam is ready. He fires and misses high and outside for ball 4. That one had next to nothing on it. Looked like it was an off-speed pitch, but no break, no movement, and there's 2 on and 2 out for Jeff Peterson. And Brad Jones will get ready in a hurry down there as wheels could be coming off for Haslam. So Peterson digs in from the right side. The first one from Haslam is high and outside for ball 1. Sun peeking out from the clouds here at Southern New Hampshire University. It's been overcast most of the day. We're expecting some lousy weather. In fact, my daughter's Girl Scout camp has been canceled for this weekend, which kind of puts a crimp in my plans for the weekend. Here's the 1-0. This one is lifted high in the air on the infield. Calling for it is Kobe Taylor. He grabs it in foul territory. The damage is limited to 1 run, and the side is retired. 1 run on 1 hit, 2 left on base. After 3.5, it's 3-1 Portsmouth. You're listening to high school baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
So can someone explain to me why anyone would want a boat? My neighbors have one, and I just don't see the point. All you do is go around in circles and wave at the other boat owners. Ahoy there. Tally-ho. I mean, I don't wave at strangers when I'm driving my car. I guess it's just a boat thing, whatever. If you ask me, human beings aren't meant to be on boats in the first place. We're land creatures. Better to keep your feet planted on solid ground, I say. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble. And yet, they do seem happy, and they do spend a lot of time together. Even their kids.
There are people who don't understand the way you live. There's an insurance company that does. Safeco Insurance for auto, home, boat, and more. Coverage by Safeco Insurance Company of American affiliates, Seattle, Washington. Safeco Insurance. Do more.
Contact Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent, 475 High Street, Somersworth. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs.
And we're back at Southern New Hampshire University, 3-1 Portsmouth. After 3.5, I had a Skittle caught in my throat there. That was do or die for a second. Leading off for the Clippers in their half of the 4th is Jack Young. He has no official at-bats. He walked in the second inning, and he takes ball 1. Boy, there's nothing worse than having a half-chewed Skittle caught in your throat. Nothing worse. As Dolan goes back to work. He misses with ball 2, 2-0. Here it is to Young. There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to the number 9 hitter for Portsmouth. The 9-1-2 hitters due up in the Portsmouth 4th. Clinging to a 3-1 lead. Here's the 2-1 in there for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brad Jones is continuing to warm up in the Portsmouth bullpen. We'll see if he comes out for the top of the 5th. As the 2-2 breaking ball in there for strike 3 called. Frozen pizza for Jack Young, and there's one away for Mac Allen. Allen is 0 for 2, grounded out to second in the first, struck out swinging in the second. James Haslam slowed way down on the mound for Portsmouth when he got into trouble. And now Allen will step out, might have got something in his eye. Adam Dolan has given up 3 runs in 3 1/3 so far, and he misses with ball 1 to Mac Allen. Portsmouth 3 runs on 5 hits so far. And that misses inside for ball 2, 2-0. The Clippers have left 5 men on base. Windham 1 run on 1 hit. They have left 2 on base. Pitch to Allen is a line drive that will fall for a base hit. That'll get the gap between left and center. Allen with a big turnaround first. He's going to head to second. The ball's bobbled by the center fielder Carbonello. And he's in there standing with a 1-out double. Allen was going to be in there safely anyway, but was able to reach standing because Carbonello had trouble getting the ball out of his glove. So runner on second with 1 out for Chris Main. Main is 0 for 1 officially, hit by a pitch and came around to score the first run of the ball game in the first, struck out looking in the second. And Main bats with a 1 away and a runner in scoring position. He reaches out and pokes one towards second. Second baseman Whitmore makes a nice play, spins and fires to first in time to get Main. Over to third goes Allen. And there's 2 away for Rick Holt. I thought that was going to get through. I think Main did too. Nice play by Whitmore to go over to his left and make the play. 2 away for Rick Holt, who is 2 for 2. Doubled in the first, singled in the third. And with an open base, I would imagine Dolan's going to be careful with him, although the cleanup hitter Dylan Crosby awaits on deck with 4 home runs on the season. And Dolan has missed with 2 straight here, 2-0. Maybe the intentional walk to Rick Holt. Dolan winds and delivers, and he hits the outside corner for strike 1. Three to 1 Portsmouth in the bottom of the 4th. Dolan deals, and that paints the outside corner for strike 2. I don't think Big Rick agreed with that call. But it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Here's the 2-2. Holt reaches out and taps it back to the mound. And flipping over to first in time is Dolan to retire the side. No runs on 1 hit and 1 left on base. After 4 full, it's 3-1 Portsmouth. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
Do you own the perfect area rug?
Isn't it beautiful?
Maybe it's an oriental rug, or perhaps a hand-woven one, but now it needs cleaning.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't do it. No, that's ridiculous.
No matter how it got dirty, your most precious rug needs the most trusted name in professional carpet cleaning, 4 Seasons Janitorial. Since 1975, 4 Seasons Janitorial has been providing customized maintenance and janitorial services to the Seacoast, office buildings, schools, financial institutes, and more. And these professional services include area rugs with free pickup and delivery in the Tri-County for all area rugs. So, no matter how your home or business got dirty,
I think it was Julie.
I did not do it.
4 Season Janitorial will do it. Professional area rug cleaning with free pickup and delivery in the Tri-County region. Call 800-649-0443. 800-649-0443 for 4 Seasons Janitorial, the Seacoast's most trusted cleaning service.
We're back at Southern New Hampshire University. Justin McIsaac bringing you this one. Portsmouth and Windham in the Division II semifinals. Portsmouth leading Windham 3-1 after 4. The winner gets an early wake-up call Saturday morning to head to Northeast Delta Dental Stadium to play for the Division II championship. Be the 10 a.m. game. Here's the first one to Connor Hopkins, who's 0 for 1. He grounds it to third. Tor throws on to Taylor, who had to come off the bag and apply the tag. He's able to do so, and the out is recorded 5-3. 1 pitch, 1 out, and Riley McGee will step in. Haslam back out there. He had a tough 4th inning, but Tim Hopley has sent him back out there. Might be on a short leash here in the top of the 5th. 1 away for Riley McGee, who flew out to center, and McGee takes one high and tight for ball 1. Surprised Hopkins was first pitch swinging after Haslam had such a hard time getting through that fourth inning. Here's the 1-0. This one is lifted to center. Crosby has to take a couple of steps in. He gloves it, and there's 2 away. Second time McGee has flown out to center field. 2 outs on 3 pitches, and there's 2 away for Kellen Bale, who will be doing some push-ups if he doesn't take at least 1 pitch here. Derek Lee might send him to take a lap. Haslam from the set is ready. And this one is swung on and lifted towards left center. Crosby moving over. He makes the catch. So Haslam, 3 outs on 4 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-1 Portsmouth. You're listening to high school baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
United Way of the Greater Seacoast needs your help. We believe families are the lifeblood of our community, yet there are many who are struggling and on the verge of crisis. The Greater Seacoast Family Fund supports United Way's efforts to stabilize and sustain vulnerable families with emergency assistance to prevent homelessness, shelter and resources for those that find themselves homeless, and financial education to build a stronger future. Join us as we strengthen our community, one family at a time. Learn more at uwgs.org/family fund.
We used to think all lung cancer was the same.
But now we know there are several different molecular types of lung cancer.
By performing molecular testing on a lung cancer tumor, doctors can try to determine what's causing it to grow, which can help identify treatment options.
Not all lung cancers are the same. Talk to your doctor to see if molecular testing is appropriate for you. And visit lungcancerprofiles.com. That's lungcancerprofiles.com. A public service of 6 leading lung cancer advocacy groups and Pfizer Oncology.
We head to the bottom of the 5th. Portsmouth up 3-1 on Windham. The 4, 5, 6 hitters for Portsmouth due up. Dylan Crosby, Kobe Taylor, and Michael Torr. If anybody reaches, Owen Shipcaro will hit. Assuming there's not a double play, and you can never assume the double play. So Crosby digs in 0 for 1. He was intentionally walked in the first, flew out to right in the third. He takes strike 1. From Adam Dolan, who's back to work. The 0-1 is grounded towards short. A hot shot for David Carbonello. He fires onto first in time to retire Crosby.
Now batting for the Clippers, number 14, Kobe Taylor.
6-3 on the putout. There's 1 away for Kobe Taylor. Crosby, who ran about 100 yards past the first base bag, is just now getting back to the dugout. That's some good hustle, kid. So 1 away for Taylor, who is 0 for 2, but he's driven in a run and scored a run. He takes ball 1. The 1-0 to Taylor is high and tight for ball 2. 2-0. Dolan is back to work. He's struggled a bit, but is still out there for Windham in his 5th inning of work. Those of us in the press box speculating as to which members of the crowd here are skipping school, as it's just after 2, and this game started at 1. Math's not quite adding up. Kobe Taylor fouls this one off right in front of the plate, so it'll be 2-2 to the Portsmouth freshman. Does this count as skipping school for the players, I wonder? They had to leave really early. I mean, I would, if I were going to school, I'd say, listen, do you not want me to support my teammates, my classmates? How better than to show school spirit than by cheering on my team at a Final Four game? 2-2 is grounded back to the pitcher by Taylor. Dolan will race over and then gun it over to first. In time to get Taylor 1-3 on the putout. And there's 2 away for Michael Torr, who's 1 for 2. Torr popped out to second and singled, came around to score. That was in the third. He'll bat with 2 outs. Torr hitting .286 coming into the ball game. Awaits the first one from Adam Dolan. Dolan delivers, and this is outside and low for ball 1. Now, as aggressive as Tor is on the football field, he's very patient at the plate. He's walked. And I lost my place here. He's walked 15 times on the season. And he takes ball 2. Bat never moved from his shoulders. 2-0. Two balls and no strikes with 2 outs to Michael Tor. Here it is. And Tor taken all the way. It's strike 1 on the outside corner. Adam Dolan is ready with the 2-1. Tor thought about it, but lets ball 3 go by outside. 3 balls and a strike. Portsmouth up 3-1, 2 outs here. Tor takes this one inside for ball 4, and as he is wont to do, reaches with a walk. Keeps the inning going for Owen Shepcaro. Shepcaro is 2 for 2 with 2 ribbies. He knocked in 2 in the third. Also singled in the second. Tor is unlikely to be stealing. He does have 2 stolen bases on the year. It's the first one to Shepcaro. It's outside for ball 1. Well, maybe Michael will hear me all the way up here and say, I'll show you. I'm going to be going with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 to Shepcaro. On the outside corner for strike 1. Portsmouth got 1 in the first and 2 in the third. Windham's lone run came in the fourth. Portsmouth with a 3-1 lead. This one is grounded foul. Shepcaro really turned on that one, about 7 feet to the left of the third base coaching box. Tim Hopley didn't even think about making a play. But it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Owen Shepcaro, the Portsmouth catcher. Adam Dolan of Windham is ready. He delivers. This one is dribbled towards first. The first baseman stumbled. The second baseman has to grab it. Whitmore, he does. Peterson recovers, gets back to the bag, and the side is retired. So no runs on no hits, 1 left on base. After 5 full, Portsmouth leading Windham 3-1. You're listening to high school baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
Looking for a taste of summer all year long? Think Warren's Lobster House in Kittery. Since 1940, Warren's has set the standard for great food at great prices. Located in the southern tip of the Maine coast overlooking the Piscataqua River, Warren's Lobster House offers great seafood, lobster, steak, and the Seacoast's finest salad bar, featuring over 60 fresh items. Great service amid a comfortable and casual family atmosphere round out the dining experience. To see current promotions, visit them at lobsterhouse.com or like them on Facebook.
While cutting molding with a 12-inch dual compound miter saw, while holding a newborn baby in your arms, when face-to-face with a congregation of alligators, with the ball in your hands and the entire freaking season on the line.
There are a million places you'd never consider texting.
Getting chewed out by
so why would you do it while driving? NASCAR driver Casey Kane here, asking you to please stop the text. And together, we can stop the wrecks.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Get the message at stoptextstopwrecks.org.
And we're back at Southern New Hampshire University. Justin McIsaac bringing you this one, Division II semifinal, as Portsmouth leading Windham 3-1. James Haslam back to work at the top of the 6th, and he will face the top of the order for Windham. David Carbonello, Connor Whitmore, and Adam Dolan. Rick Holt has gone out to the Portsmouth bullpen to start warming up.
22, David Carbonello.
If I'm not mistaken, you get 9 innings a week to work with in high school baseball, so if Holt is needed, he could pitch the last 2 and then still start and possibly go the distance if Portsmouth advances on Saturday. So Holt will warm up in the bullpen. Meanwhile, Haslam will face the top of the order. David Carbonello scored the lone Windham run in the 4th. He walked, stole second, came around to score, and he takes strike 1. Haslam looked in the 4th. Looked like he was ready to be relieved, but he was able to retire the side on 4 pitches in the 5th. This one is lifted towards center. Well hit. Going back is Crosby. Still going back. Makes it. No, he dropped the ball in the warning track. Into second goes Carbonello. He takes a wide turn, but he'll hold there as the throw comes in. It looked like Crosby was going to make an incredible catch. When he hit the ground on the warning track, the ball popped out. He's frustrated, slams his glove to the ground. Full extension from Crosby, unable to come up with it, and Windham has a lead-off double. Carbonello really put a charge into that one. And Dylan Crosby nearly committed larceny out there. But Windham has a runner in scoring position with nobody out. For Connor Whitmore. Whitmore's 0 for 2, flew out to center and struck out swinging. Haslam from the stretch is ready. Takes a couple of peeks back at second. And now time is called. Haslam works very slowly when runners are on base. Goes into full Hideo Nomo mode. He's ready for the first one to the lefty, Whitmore. He delivers and misses outside for ball one. Windham down 3-1 to Portsmouth. Trying to close the gap here. Haslam delivers. It is high for ball two. Popped out of Shipkaro's mitt, but right in front of him. 2 balls and no strikes to Connor Whitmore. Rick Holt is warming up, maybe with more of a sense of urgency now in the Portsmouth bullpen. As Haslam is ready, he kicks and fires and gets strike one over. 2 balls and a strike. 68 pitches so far for Haslam, 41 for strikes. He got through the first 3 in order. Touch for a run in the 4th, mowed him down in the 5th. In a mini jam here in the 6th. 2-1 is high and outside for ball 3, 3-1. Adam Dolan, first team All-State Division II, awaits on deck. Three balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Haslam kicks and fires. Ooh, misses just low for ball 4. And the Jaguars have runners on first and second with nobody out. Time is called. Chris Main's going to come out and chat with Haslam. Might just be buying time for Holt to get ready. Chris Main and Shep Caro are out there chatting with James Haslam. Now the conference is over. Main gives Haslam a pat on the side with his glove, retreats back to second. And now Tim Hopley calls out the play. Hopley will call out the play like a football coach. He calls out the alignment he wants his infield in, which is unusual as Haslam takes too much time for Dolan's liking. He asks for time and is granted by the home plate umpire, Mark Torr. And actually the Portsmouth catcher, whether it's Shep Caro or, I beg your pardon, I just had a brain freeze there. Here's the first one to Dolan. In there for strike 1. Whether it's Curtis Leonard or Shep Caro, the catchers will wear a wristband with the, I want to say the plays, the infield plays, and there are also codes for the pitches that Hopley wants his pitchers to throw. As this one misses inside for ball 1, 1-1. It's kind of similar to the system Portsmouth runs with football, and Hopley's an assistant football coach. Portsmouth hasn't huddled in football in 8 years. Everybody's wearing a wristband on the field in football for Portsmouth. As Haslam misses inside for ball 2, 2-1. So it's a similar system. It's very unique. At least I haven't seen it in high school baseball. 2 balls and a strike to Adam Dolan, batting with nobody out and 2 on. He grounds this one towards third. Torr bobbles it off his shoulder. Everyone's going to be safe. And a chance to get 2. Instead, everybody's safe and the bases are loaded with nobody out. David Carbonello over to third. Connor Whitmore to second. It's an E5 on Torr. It was a tough hop, kind of exploded on him. And on his way to the mound is Tim Hopley. On his way in for the bullpen is Rick Holt. We're going to have a pitching change from Southern New Hampshire University with the score, Portsmouth 3, Windham 1. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
And now, a very important message from Colony Auto Company and Body Works, located at 880 Central Avenue in Dover.
You know, it happens. No matter what the season, sometimes driving conditions, well, they're not perfect. Maybe you were going a little too fast, or maybe another driver ran into your vehicle. Accidents do happen that require auto repairs, and that's why you need to know about Colony Auto Company and Body Works of Dover. Colony Auto Company will provide you with a damage estimate, and they will negotiate with your insurance provider to make sure your vehicle is repaired to your satisfaction. For over 30 years, Colony Auto Company has specialized in expert collision repair using only state-of-the-art technology. The friendly staff at Colony can help you through an unpleasant situation. Plus, they'll answer all of your questions. No one wants to have an accident, but they do happen, and it's good to know about Colony Auto Company and Body Works. Collision repairs by caring professionals. That's Colony Auto Company and Body Works, 880 Central Avenue in Dover, where you're always treated with the courtesy and professionalism that you deserve.
So new pitcher for Portsmouth is Big Rick Holt. 6-0 on the season in 7 appearances, an ERA of .48, 44 innings pitched. He struck out 51, walked just 14. He's only allowed 8 runs, 3 of them have been earned. So Holt will come in to try and finish it off for Haslam. He walks into a jam, bases loaded, nobody out. The line on Haslam, 5+ innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He's responsible for the runners on first, second, and third. He walked 3 and struck out 1. So Holt is in. The Portsmouth ace, an intimidating figure if ever there was one on the mound. 6'4", 260. Has a blazing fastball. And some guys get themselves out before they step in the batter's box against Holt just by looking at him. I don't mind telling you, I'd probably be one of those guys. So he inherits a mess. Bases loaded, nobody out. Clippers up 3-1 with Matt Carbonello digging in. Carbonello is 1 for 2. He drove in the lone Windham run back in the 4th. Holt from the stretch misses for ball 1. Didn't miss by much. One 1-0 to Carbonello. Holt misses outside with this one. 2-0. Nowhere to put Carbonello. Connor Moynihan awaits on deck. 0 for 1 in the afternoon. Holt working quickly from the stretch, delivers. There's a strike. 2-1 to Matt Carbonello, the Windham center fielder. Has some action behind the Windham dugout. Jeff Peterson getting ready once again. Holt fires, swung on a miss for strike 2. Carbonello looked like he was ahead of that one. Might have been a changeup from Holt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. 3-1 Portsmouth. Holt misses high with that one. 3 balls and 2 strikes. He's got to come over with something here. Holt comes to the set, kicks and delivers. It's fouled off. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Portsmouth clinging to a 3-1 lead in the Division II semifinal. Rick Holt is ready. He fires, misses high for ball 4. A run comes in. And it's now 3-2. So an RBI for Matt Carbonello, his second of the game. To second goes Dolan. Over to third goes Whitmore. David Carbonello scores. And it's 3-2. Still nobody out, and the bases are still loaded. In steps the lefty Moynihan. Grounded out to second in the second. Walked in the 4th. Holt delivers. This one is a line drive towards center field. That's going to get in the gap for extra bases. 1 run is in. 2 runs will score. Carbonello around third. He stumbles rounding third. The throw got away from me. Here's the throw to third. It gets away. Backed up by Holt. 3 runs are in, and Windham takes the lead.
for the Jaguars, number 14, Jeff Peterson.
A double and 3 RBIs on the throw, or on the bobble, I should say, on the throw. Moynihan got over to third. And Windham grabs the lead from Portsmouth 5-3. Charged 3 of those runs to Haslam. All earned, so you can close the book on Haslam. 5 plus 4 runs, all of them earned. Holt charged with one of the runs that have come in. And now he works to Jeff Peterson. Peterson takes a strike, 0-1. 5-3 Jaguars. Looked like Portsmouth was in control of this one until this 6th inning. Holt misses for ball 1, 1-1. Runner on third is Connor Moynihan as Holt drops a curveball in there for strike 2, 1-2. In the Portsmouth 6th, they'll have the 8-9 one-hitters due up. But Windham still with nobody out here in their half of the 6th. This one is cut on and miss for strike 3 as Holt just overpowered Jeff Peterson for the first out of the inning. One away for Connor Hopkins. Grounded out to short and grounded out to third. He's 0 for 2. Infield is in for Portsmouth. And Holt pumps in strike 1. Mayu, Young, and Mac Allen are due to hit for Portsmouth in the bottom of the 6th. Clippers are suddenly down 5-3. Holt bounces one in there. Nice stop by Shep Caro to prevent the runner from coming home. And it's 1-1. And now after striking out, Jeff Peterson will continue to warm up behind the Windham dugout. Ball and a strike to Hopkins. Fastball in the outside corner for strike 2, 1-2. So Holt walked Carbonello that drove in a run. Gave up the double to Moynihan, but he seems to be settling in now. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Windham trying to advance to the state championship game for the first time in school history. As this one bounces in there again, a nice stop from Shep Caro. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Connor Hopkins. Riley McGee waiting on deck. Holt looks in at Shep Caro. Gets the sign he wants, comes to the set, kicks and delivers. Strike 3 called, out number 2. And there's 2 away for Riley McGee. So the infield will retreat back to their normal positions for Portsmouth. And there's 2 away for McGee, who's flown out to center twice. Riley McGee from the right side awaits the first one from Holt. It's a ground ball to short. Mayu has it on a hop over to first in time for the out that retires the side, but not before Windham gets 4 runs on 2 hits. They leave 1. After 5.5, it's 5-3 Windham. You're listening to high school baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
Okay, so can someone explain to me why anyone would want a boat? My neighbors have one, and I just don't see the point. All you do is go around in circles and wave at the other boat owners. Ahoy there. Tally-ho. I mean, I don't wave at strangers when I'm driving my car. I guess it's just a boat thing, whatever. If you ask me, human beings aren't meant to be on boats in the first place. We're land creatures. Better to keep your feet planted on solid ground, I say. Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble. And yet, they do seem happy, and they do spend a lot of time together. Even their kids.
There are people who don't understand the way you live. There's an insurance company that does. Safeco Insurance for auto, home, boat, and more. Coverage by Safeco Insurance Company of American affiliates, Seattle, Washington. Safeco Insurance. Do more.
Contact Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent, 475 High Street, Somersworth. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs.
So we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Portsmouth now down 5-3. As Windham grabbed 4 in the top of the 6th. Due up for the Clippers, the 8-9-1 hitters, Alex Mayu, Jack Young, and Mac Allen are scheduled to hit. We'll see if that's the case. It looks like we'll have a pinch hitter. Looks like Curtis Leonard based on the body type. It is. Curtis Leonard will hit for Mayu. Leonard splits the catching duties with Shep Caro. Leonard at .212 on the season. 2 doubles and 8 runs driven in. He bats from the left side and waits the first one from Adam Dolan, who's back to work. Dolan misses inside for ball 1. Mayu will probably re-enter at shortstop, as he's a fine defensive player. This one is carved foul, third base side, way out of play, towards the wooded area. And it's 1-1 to Curtis Leonard. Leonard wears number 23. And this one is popped up foul, third base side. It'll get out of play. Heads up over at the admissions table. Got some people ducking for cover over there. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Curtis Leonard. Here's the 1-2, way high for ball 2, 2-2. So James Haslam is on the hook for Portsmouth, unless they can come back. This one is bounced in and into Leonard. Leonard was trying to skip the rope out of the way. It bounced off the ground and got him in the backside. So Leonard gets first base. And I believe against
now batting for the Clippers, number 8,
Sal Egan. Now, it wasn't Leonard. It was Dylan Crosby who got hit by a pitch twice in that game. Okay. And there will be a pinch runner. It looks like Mayu will re-enter to run. The high socks are a giveaway. Oh, check that. No, it is Alex Mayu.
Pinch running for the Clippers, number 2, Alex Mayu.
Sometimes you get confused with all the re-entering in high school baseball. As a check on the runner, no throw. Mayu is back. He only had a lead of about a step or 2. And in steps Jack Young. Young takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Young is 0 for 1, walked in the second, struck out looking in the 4th. He does have a home run on the season. Portsmouth could use one now, down by 2. This one is reached out and driven into center field, a base hit. First and second with nobody out for Portsmouth. And that turns the order over for Mac Allen, who is 1 for 3, doubled in the 4th. Struck out swinging in the second and grounded out to second in the 1st. See if Hopley will put the bunt on here with nobody out. And now time is called as Derek Lee is out of the dugout for Windham to go talk it over with his pitcher and possibly his entire infield. He'll just have a word with Adam Dolan, who has pitched 5+ here for Windham. We saw the first baseman Jeff Peterson warming up behind the Windham dugout, and it looks like Windham's going to stick with Dolan for the time being, at least. So nobody out, 2 on for Mac Allen. Biggest at-bat of the season for Allen so far. We'll see if Hopley takes the bat out of his hands here. And he squares the bunt, lays it down. It'll stay fair along the first baseline. And everybody will be safe. Bases loaded, nobody out. That went about 20 feet and just died right to the left of the first baseline. A beautiful bunt for Mac Allen. He couldn't have rolled it down there any better than that. The catcher, McGee, was just waiting for it to go foul, and it never did. So bases are juiced with nobody out, and Chris Main will bat. He takes strike 1 on the outside corner, 0-1. Main is 0 for 2 officially. Got hit by a pitch in the first, came around to score, struck out looking in the second, grounded out to second in the 4th. This one bounces in there, good stop by McGee to halt any advance by the runners. It's 1-1 to Main. Bases loaded, nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Dolan misses outside for ball 2, 2-1. Portsmouth down 5-3. Trying to grab the lead back here in the bottom of the 6th. This one is lifted in the air to right, dropping fast. In comes the right fielder. He can't make the catch. One runner is in. All the runners had to hold. Now the throw gets away from second. The second run's going to come in to score and tie the ball game. And in from all the way from first comes Matt Allen. He scores, and Portsmouth retakes the lead. 7-6 Portsmouth. Oh, what a mistake by the right fielder, big guy. He threw to second. It got past everybody in the infield, rolled all the way to the tarp out in left, and that allowed 2 more runs to come in. So it looks like we will have a pitching change coming here from Southern New Hampshire University. With the score, Portsmouth 6, Windham 5. You're listening to High School Baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
Here's WTSN AM 1270 AccuWeather forecast. Clouds and some sunshine this afternoon, high 66 coast to 71 inland. And mostly cloudy tonight with a couple of showers, low 52. Periods of rain tomorrow and cooler, high 58. And some heavy rain from the remnants of Andrea may affect us tomorrow night. That rain will taper off to a couple of showers on Saturday with a high of 66. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Carl Erickson on WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
You are a waste. A loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just stay in your car and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas, then get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks. Could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
You may not witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Back here at Southern New Hampshire University, Portsmouth has re-grabbed the lead, 6-5 over Windham. A disaster for the Jaguars. As Portsmouth had the bases loaded, nobody out. Chris Main hit a flare towards right. Big Eye came in to try and make the catch. Was unable to. It would have been a terrific catch. He trapped it. Then he came up throwing and threw it over everybody. Went all the way into the foul area behind third base and bounced into the left field foul area. And that allowed all 3 runners to score. 1 run would have come in anyway, so give 1 RBI to Chris Main. Everybody else scores on the E9, and Main advanced to second. And Portsmouth able to retake the lead at 6-5. What a turn of events. In is Jeff Peterson to pitch for the Jaguars. Over to second goes Adam Dolan. Whitmore moves from second to first. And it looks like we have a new right fielder as well for Windham. Josh Gallagher, number 10, is in right field. So Portsmouth still batting with nobody out. Rick Holt is in. 3 runs in already as Peterson, a right-hander, delivers and hits the outside corner for strike 1 to Holt. Holt now in line for the win in this one. He is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. Main at second. And Holt takes strike 2. Good strong fastball from Peterson. 0-2. 6-5 Portsmouth. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Peterson is ready. The pitch bounces in there. Good stop from McGee to prevent any advance from Chris Main. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 to Rick Holt. Cut on a miss. Strike 3. Challenge time from Peterson. And Holt goes down on strikes. 1 away for Dylan Crosby. Crosby is 0 for 2. He was walked intentionally in the first, flew out to right in the third, and grounded out to short in the 5th. Crosby digs in with the open stance from the right side. Chris Main on second. Here's the pitch from Peterson. It's an off-speed pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Well, Peterson has come in and thrown nothing but strikes. 6-5 Portsmouth. Bottom of the 6th inning. Peterson kicks and deals. Another off-speed pitch. This time it's in there on the inside corner for strike 2. 0-2 to the Portsmouth cleanup hitter, Crosby. Due up in the Jaguar 7th would be the 9-1-2 hitters. As here's the 0-2 to Crosby. Cut on a miss for strike 3. Blew it by him. And there's 2 away for Kobe Taylor. Taylor is 0 for 3. Scored a run and driven in a run. A ground out in the first drove in Maine for the first run of the ball game. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third. Came around to score and grounded out to the pitcher in the 5th. He swings and misses at strike 1. 0-1 to Taylor. Nobody's been able to catch up to the Jeff Peterson fastball so far. In relief of Dolan. And this one is low for ball 1. Off-speed pitch. 1-1 to the freshman Kobe Taylor. Chris Main still on second. Here's the pitch. It's lifted high in the air towards left. Moving over is Hopkins. He has the room and makes the catch. That retires the side, but not before Portsmouth gets 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 1. Last call for the Jaguars. It's Portsmouth 6, Windham 5. After 6, you're listening to high school baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
The White House says a court order allowing the government to secretly collect millions of U.S. citizens' phone records is a tool to fight security threats. Attorney General Eric Holder says members of Congress have known about the practice for years. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie is named a temporary successor to the late Frank Lautenberg, a senator. He is State Attorney General Jeff Chiesa.
I'll use my best judgment and the skill that I have to conduct myself in a way that'll I hope that will make everybody in New Jersey proud, and to do everything I can to advance the interests of the people that live here, as I've tried to do in all the positions that I've had the honor to have.
He will fill the seat until a special election can be held in October. Chiesa says he will not run at that time. The daughter of the demolition contractor involved in the Philadelphia building collapse that killed 6 people says her father is devastated by what happened. City inspectors say he had the proper permits for demolition work that was being done on the building. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
We go to the top of the 7th. Portsmouth leading 6-5 over Windham. Rick Holt trying to finish things off for the Clippers and send them to the Division II state championship game Saturday morning at Northeast Delta Dental Stadium. Alex Mayhew re-enters as the shortstop for Portsmouth.
Leading off for the Jaguars.
Does not look like any other defensive changes for the Clippers. Kellen Bale will step in for Windham. He's 0 for 2. It's the 9-1-2 hitters due up. Bale, David Carbonello, and Connor Whitmore. As Windham needs a run to extend the ball game. Down 6-5. Holt is ready from the windup. Delivers in there for strike 1. Portsmouth was eliminated in the semifinals last year. This one is a check swing foul back for strike 2. And Holt is ahead 0-2. Clippers trying to get back to the championship game as this one misses just outside. Portsmouth dugout going crazy on that call. But it's 1-2 to Kellen Bale. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Windham third baseman. It's a ground ball base hit right up the middle. So Windham's got a heartbeat here in their half of the 7th. And the top of the order will come up in the form of David Carbonello. He is 1 for 2 officially. Grounded out to third in the first, walked and scored in the 4th, doubled and came around to score in the 6th. And we'll see if Kellen Bale is on the move here. Bunt is shown. Taken back, pitch is high for ball 1. Not so sure I'd be bunting with the top of the order up. Only 3 outs left to play with. Bunt is shown again. This time it's popped up. It'll get out of play. Behind the Windham dugout where the Goffstown Grizzlies are hanging out. The number 1 seed. They will play Sanborn in the, well, not the nightcap, the afternoon cap. 1-1 to David Carbonello. Now Holt will step off. Looked like he almost lost his balance. Ball on a strike to David Carbonello. Shows bunt again. Takes it back. This is outside. No, it's on the outside corner for strike two. 1-2. So unlikely Carbonello will be bunting here with 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner on first. Here it is. He shows bunt. Lays it down right back to Holt. Holt will go to first for the shore out. And there's 1 away.
Now heading for the Jaguars, number 11, Connor Whitmore.
So the sacrifice is complete. 1-3. Over to second goes Bale. A base hit could tie the ball game here as Connor Whitmore digs in. Whitmore 0 for 2 with a run scored. He walked back in the 6th and came around to score. Holt is ready. He delivers. It's way high off-speed pitch for ball 1. 6-5 Portsmouth. Here in the top of the 7th inning. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. Windham grabbed the lead in the top of the 6th. Portsmouth grabbed it right back in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. It's 1-2 to Whitmore. Maine has been holding on the runner at second. Bale trying to cut down on his lead. This one is fouled straight back to the screen. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Rick Holt in relief of James Haslam. His second inning of work, kicks and delivers. This one is fouled straight back once again. Whitmore staying alive at 1-2. Six to 5 Clipper lead in the top of the 7th. Holt delivers. This one is tapped over to second base for a base hit. Crosby charges hard, comes up throwing. No advance past third by the runner Bale, but first and third with 1 out for Windham. Whitmore had to hold up to make sure the ball wasn't caught. The tying run is at first with 1 out for Adam Dolan. Dolan is 0 for 3, reached on an error in the 6th. First and third for Windham, 1 out in the top of the 7th. Trying to extend the ball game. Holt misses outside for ball 1. Rick Holt, who went 9 innings in the semifinal loss last year to Lebanon. This one is popped up on the infield, straight up. Second baseman Maine gives way to the first baseman Taylor, and he squeezes it, and there's 2 away. So last call for the Jaguars in the form of Matt Carbonello. 2 outs, runners on first and third. Carbonello is 1 for 2 on the day. He walked in the 6th, which drove in a run in the 6th inning. Walked with the bases loaded. And Holt is ready and delivers. Misses upstairs for ball 1. Jaguars down to their final out, and Shep Carl is going to go out for a chat with Rick Holt. I want to make sure they are on the same page here, and possibly what they're going to do if the runner at first, Whitmore, decides to try and take second. That would put the go-ahead run at second base. One ball, no strikes to Matt Carbonello. Holt delivers. In there for strike 1. Portsmouth 6, Windham 5. 2 outs at the top of the 7th. Holt deals. Breaking ball is popped up, foul. First base side, that'll get out of play. And the Jaguars are down to their last strike. And once again, Shep Carl will go out to chat with Holt. Make sure they know what they want to throw. The brief conference is over. Runners on first and third. 2 outs, top of the 7th. 6-5 Portsmouth. Rick Holt ready to deliver to Matt Carbonello. Here it is. It is a flare towards right field that'll get foul. And Carbonello stays alive. Portsmouth one strike away from advancing to the state championship game on Saturday morning. The 1-2. It is a ground ball over the mound. Maine has it, fires over to first. In time by a step, and Portsmouth wins it 6-5. Matt Carbonello was furious. He thought he beat the rap. It would have tied the ball game. He's screaming at the home plate umpire, the first base umpire. But it's all over, 6-5. Portsmouth wins it. They survive and advance to the state championship game. We'll be right back to recap this one. You're listening to high school baseball on AM 1270 WTSN and WTSN AM1270.com.
I'm WTSN's Mike Palm with another Seacoast Minute. The second annual Wings and Wheels fundraiser event, hosted by the Rochester Police Department, will be held this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 at the Skyhaven Airport in Rochester. The event is a fundraiser for Jerry's Food Pantry. The New Hampshire Soapbox Derby will hold its 70th annual Soapbox Derby race Sunday from 9 a.m. to 3 along Broadway in Dover. It's a new location for the race. The racing event is open to boys and girls ages 7 to 17. New Hampshire's champions will move on to race in the All-American Soapbox Derby in Akron, Ohio. Those interested in participating can email nhsoapbox@gmail.com. Maple Suites of Dover will host a free prostate cancer discussion this Friday morning at 10:30 at their location on Holiday Drive in Dover. If you would like to attend the free event, just RSVP to Maple Suites at 603-742-8820. I'm Mike Palm. That's your Seacoast Minute on WTSN AM 1270.
So it's a final. Portsmouth wins it in dramatic fashion, 6-5 over Windham. The Clippers advance to the state championship game in Division II on Saturday morning. They will take on the winner of Goffstown and Sanborn. Really exciting ball game. Portsmouth took a 1-0 lead in the first. They pushed it to 3-0 in the third. Windham got one back in the fourth. The Jags took the lead in the sixth with 4. The Clippers came back in the bottom of the sixth. They got 3 runs on the Chris Main flare to right, which scored 1 earned run, and then an error by the right fielder Bay Guy let the other 2 runs come home with the bases loaded. That was the difference. Rick Holt, in 2 innings of relief, ends up getting the win for Portsmouth. Holt goes 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2. The losing pitcher was Adam Dolan. He went 5 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned. He struck out 4 and he walked 3 in 5+ innings of work. It took 1 hour and 51 minutes to play in front of approximately 400 or so fans. And Portsmouth advances to the state championship game once again. My thanks to Matt Daly for keeping things running at our Dover broadcast studios. Our next high school broadcast will come Saturday night as Somersworth will take on Conan in the Division III championship game from Northeast Delta Dental Field in Manchester. I hope you'll join us. 6:50 for the pregame, 7 o'clock first pitch right here on WTSN. So one more time, your final from Southern New Hampshire University. Portsmouth 6, Windham 5. Portsmouth advances to the Division II championship game. I'm Justin McIsaac saying so long, everybody.
Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center, is the largest acute care hospital in the Seacoast of New Hampshire and southern Maine, specializing in high-tech services using sophisticated medical equipment, including the Da Vinci S robotic surgical system and the Cancer Center's radiotactic radiosurgery system. Wentworth Douglas Hospital is always doing more for your health by providing skilled health care and personal medical attention. Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center.
Here's WTSN AM 1270 AccuWeather forecast. Clouds and some sunshine this afternoon, high 66 coast to 71 inland. And mostly cloudy tonight with a couple of showers, low 52. Periods of rain tomorrow and cooler, high 58. And some heavy rain from the remnants of Andrea may affect us tomorrow night. That rain will taper off to a couple of showers on Saturday with a high of 66. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Carl Erickson on WTSN and WTSN AM 1270.com.
Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast of high school baseball on WTSN AM 1270. Tonight's game was brought to you by
Warren's Lobster House, setting the standard for great food at great prices since 1940. To see current promotions, visit them at lobsterhouse.com or like them on Facebook. Warren's Lobster House. Wentworth Douglas Hospital, the Seacoast leading medical center. Cross Insurance, your local Safeco agent at 475 High Street in Somersworth. That's Cross Insurance, 742-2552 for all your personal insurance needs. Aroma Joe's Coffee, 16 locations all over the Seacoast. Visit them online at aromajoes.com. Aroma Joe's, wicked good coffee.
For a list of upcoming games and to listen live, check out WTSNAM1270.com.